All right, well, thanks for staying with us. Hurricane season is just a couple of weeks away, so joining me now, former Deputy Insurance Commissioner Lisa Miller, who is now an insurance consultant representing a number of insurance companies. Lisa, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So give me a sense, what do policyholders need to know as hurricane season starts? What's going to be different in their lives?
I would suggest that they first know who their insurance company is. Oftentimes consumers confuse their insurance agent, their insurance agency, and their insurance company. And that's kind of the fundamental of knowing, having the information you need when the time comes, you have a claim, knowing who to call. What is the 1-800 number for your insurance company claims offices? So consumers need to gather their paperwork, put it in a safe place, waterproof envelope.
Take it with them when they go somewhere.
Take it with you when you go. Another idea, and with all the new fandangled video equipment, yours included, they can videotape what's in their home, their jewelry, so that the insurance company has a quick, ready sight of what they've got, their valuables, etc. And third is make sure their coverages are updated. Sometimes hidden in those policies that are often hard to read. They don't realize that they may only have $5,000 in automatic jewelry coverage. They need to schedule some of their more expensive pieces, or if they've got artwork or other things, need to make sure their coverages are up to date.
All right, what the legislature did this year was say to the insurance companies, if we have the big one and we have to make assessments, you'll have some time to pay them.
Absolutely. That was a great move by our state.
And why is that good?
Because insurance companies need to shore up their surplus, money in the bank to pay claims. That's what surplus is. It doesn't mean just extra money laying around. It's money earmarked to pay claims. In order to do that, they want to hold on to that so when the claims occur, they can write the checks they need to. Under the old law, they would have to write a check to the state to help bail out other companies that may go down because they didn't have enough money in the bank. By reducing that assessment, it gave consumers the ability not to have to pay it and gave companies the ability to hold on their money to pay claims to keep their promises.
All right, seems to be two camps out there in terms of what should we charge for assessments and that. There's the one camp that's we're going to pay it all later. If we've got to pay it, we're going to pay it all later, versus the camp of let's pay it all up front, and somewhere in the middle is probably better for policyholders.
True. There are those that believe there's rates up front and there's assessments on the back end. Some believe
and
that
those assessments are there when the rates don't cover the losses.
Exactly. Assessments are another word is tax. After the big storm hits, let's say the big one hits, it goes up through Miami and up through Tampa, that could be a $50 billion storm. Companies would have to take a hard look at their finances. There may be some companies that won't be able to survive that, and because they haven't had rates up front, then that surplus would go away. What I believe that the governor is trying to do is to strike the balance between what is the right rate and what is the right tax on the back end, and we haven't quite got there yet, but we're working on it.
All right, no one really wants to pay for something you're not using right now, though, right? And isn't that the crux of it?
That's the rub of it. Consumers need to understand. It's hard to understand. I hear all the time, I pay my insurance premiums every year, I never have a claim. You really don't ever want to have a claim. You want your insurance company to be there when you need them, and if people feel like they can't get that claim paid, it's a very frightening feeling, but it's hard to write that check every month through their mortgage company or on their own. So there is a balance between what is the right rate, what is needed to give these companies the ability to pay their claims, and how can we lower that tax on the back end.
Right, and people will look carefully. They are paying assessments going already back to the 04-05 storm season, which was when you were the Deputy Insurance Commissioner. Give me a sense, what is the feeling among companies right now?
Companies are looking to grow in Florida. Previously to our current gubernatorial administration, we had a governor that wasn't quite as rolling out the welcome mat, I guess, to insurance companies. We want insurance companies here. We want competition here. It keeps rates down. We want new entrants in the marketplace. And the Governor Rick Scott has said very clearly, Florida is open for business. That's a good thing. It shows that Florida is looking to companies to grow their capital.
No, what doesn't make sense to me is that I was once offered a policy within Citizens that was cheaper than a private company. Now, I chose the private company because I understood the assessment piece, but a lot of people don't. What sense does that make?
It doesn't make a lot of sense, and we're hoping that Citizens rates can go up so they won't compete with the private market, because remember, Citizens is yours and my insurance company. You and I back up. It's our taxes. You and I are backing up that company, so we want to make sure that insurance companies can charge the right rate and keep Citizens where they need to be, non-competitive.
Well, Lisa, we're out of time. I'm glad you're here. If we have some more insurance issues as the storm season comes, I want to have you back, but thank you so much for being here.
Appreciate you very much, Mike.
All right, everyone else, stay with us. When we come back, we'll talk with a couple of journalists. We'll be right back.